The ancient city of Bharuch, a place steeped in history and tradition, stood as a testament to centuries of human endeavor. Its origins lost in the mists of time, Bharuch had witnessed the rise and fall of empires, the ebb and flow of cultures, and the enduring spirit of its people. Nestled on the banks of the sacred Narmada, the river that sustains life and nourishes the land, Bharuch had always been a vital hub for trade and commerce. The Narmada, revered as a goddess, flowed serenely, its waters reflecting the vibrant tapestry of life along its shores. The city usually woke to the gentle hum of daily life, the rhythmic sounds of vendors setting up their stalls, the cheerful chatter of neighbors exchanging greetings, and the distant calls of temple bells. It was a symphony of the ordinary, a comforting routine that defined the essence of Bharuch. But on one Tuesday morning, that familiar peace was irrevocably shattered by a chilling discovery, an event so gruesome that it would forever alter the city's perception of itself. The tranquility that had long characterized Bharuch was about to be replaced by a gnawing unease, a sense of vulnerability that would linger in the air. The agitated barking of stray dogs, usually a common background noise, took on a sinister quality. Their frantic yelps echoed through the narrow streets, carrying a sense of foreboding that even the most oblivious could not ignore. The unusual commotion drew a street sweeper, a man accustomed to the mundane realities of urban life, to a clogged drain. He approached it with the weary resignation of someone performing a thankless task, unaware of the horror that awaited him. Expecting the usual assortment of discarded trash and debris, he prepared himself for the unpleasant task of clearing the blockage. Little did he know that he was about to confront something far more disturbing than he could ever have imagined. He instead found a human head, a grotesque and macabre sight that defied comprehension. Severed, the eyes wide and frozen in a silent scream, unseeing, staring blankly into the abyss. The murky water of the drain swirled around the ghastly object, adding to the nightmarish tableau. Even the dogs, creatures known for their scavenging instincts, seemed hesitant to approach, their barks tinged with an unmistakable fear, a primal recognition of the unnatural. They backed away cautiously, their tails tucked between their legs, as if sensing the presence of something truly evil. The sweeper, a man hardened by the harsh realities of life on the streets, felt a dread unlike any he had ever experienced before. A cold wave of terror washed over him, leaving him trembling and breathless. He stumbled back, his mind reeling from the horrific sight. In a state of shock, he alerted a nearby panwala, a vendor who witnessed the daily dramas of the street from his small stall. The panwala, equally horrified, immediately called the police, his voice trembling as he recounted the gruesome discovery. News spread rapidly through the awakening city. Soon, the piercing wail of sirens and flashing police lights cut through the fragile dawn, announcing the arrival of law enforcement. The local constabulary, a force more accustomed to petty theft and minor disturbances, were visibly shaken by the sheer horror of the scene. Unaccustomed to such a gruesome crime, they struggled to maintain their composure. They quickly realized that this was no ordinary crime, no simple case of robbery gone wrong. This was something far more sinister, something that would test the limits of their skills and resources. The discovery was not just a body part. It was a chilling message, a brutal intrusion into the heart of their community. It was the end of the city's long-held sense of security, the shattering of an illusion of safety that had lulled its residents into a false sense of peace. A wave of fear and uncertainty washed over Bharuch, leaving its people vulnerable and afraid. The police knew their work had only just begun. The investigation that lay ahead would be long, arduous, and fraught with challenges. They had to find the perpetrator, bring them to justice, and restore the city's shattered peace of mind. The Bharuch police, led by their superintendent, launched a citywide search for the rest of the body. The drain yielded no further clues, so teams fanned out, scouring the Narmada's banks, abandoned wells, and garbage dumps. Local boatmen joined the search, eyes scanning for anything out of place. Each suspicious bundle brought hope, then disappointment. The sun beat down as the search grew more desperate. The public was urged to report anything unusual. Every lead was chased. Days passed, hope faded, but the police pressed on, determined to find answers. They weren't just searching for body parts, they were searching for justice. In the lab, forensic experts examined the severed head for clues. Two details stood out. a high-quality dental crown, and a faded tattoo of an intertwined with a trident. The crown suggested affluence. Dentists keep records. Police circulated the crown's details to clinics, hoping for a match. The tattoo, unique and personal, was photographed and shown to local artists. These clues became the focus, tiny beacons in a sea of uncertainty. Investigators worked tirelessly, trying to connect these silent markers to a name. The tooth spoke of resources, the tattoo of identity. Together, they offered the first hope of restoring the victim's story. The dental crown, a seemingly insignificant piece of evidence, became the key to unlocking the victim's identity. Forensic analysis meticulously compared the crown's unique characteristics with countless dental records. It was a painstaking process, a race against time to give a name to the nameless. The records led them to Rohan Patel, a prosperous local businessman, known for his sharp mind and even sharper business acumen. He was a pillar of the community, a man who seemed to have everything going for him. Further confirmation came in the form of a distinctive tattoo. His family confirmed the tattoo, a religious symbol, Rohan's personal emblem of faith and a constant reminder of his values. It was a symbol deeply ingrained in his identity, now tragically serving as a marker of his demise. The anonymous victim now had a name, a history, a life that demanded justice. The sterile label of unidentified male was replaced with the weight of a real person, a man loved and respected, Rohan Patel. A family man, a life unexpectedly and brutally cut short, leaving behind a void that could never truly be filled. The investigation now shifted from identifying a body to understanding the life that was stolen. Rohan was a husband, deeply devoted to his wife, Mira. Their bond was the cornerstone of their family, a partnership built on love, trust, and shared dreams. A father, actively involved in his children's lives, guiding them, nurturing them, and shaping their futures. He was their hero, their confidant, their unwavering source of support, and a respected member of the community, known for his integrity and his commitment to making a difference. He was a leader, a mentor, and a friend to many. He was known for his ambition, his drive to succeed, and his relentless pursuit of excellence in all his endeavors. He approached every challenge with unwavering determination. His generosity, always willing to lend a helping hand to those in need, and his compassion for others. He believed in giving back to the community that had supported him, and his unwavering devotion to his family, who were the center of his world. He cherished every moment spent with them, creating lasting memories that would now have to last a lifetime for those left behind. The news sent shockwaves through Bharuch, a community grappling with the senseless loss of one of its own. The initial disbelief quickly turned to grief and a burning desire for justice. Why would anyone target him? What possible motive could lead to such a brutal act against a man so widely admired and respected? His wife, Mira, now widowed and heartbroken, struggled to piece together the events leading up to his disappearance. She recalled his last day, a business meeting, seemingly routine, yet now shrouded in suspicion and uncertainty. Could it hold the key to understanding his fate? A promise to return for dinner, a promise he desperately wanted to keep, but one that would tragically remain unfulfilled. He never came home, leaving behind a family shattered by grief and a community demanding answers. Investigators began to meticulously dig into his recent activities, scrutinizing every detail of his life, both personal and professional, searching for any sign of trouble, any hint of a threat, any clue that could shed light on the motive behind this senseless act. Was it business rivalry, a cutthroat world where success often comes at a price? Had Rohan made enemies in his pursuit of prosperity? A sour deal, a broken agreement that led to resentment and ultimately violence? Had a business transaction gone horribly wrong? Or was it something more personal, a hidden secret, a betrayal, or a long-held grudge that finally boiled over? The motive remained elusive, a frustrating puzzle with missing pieces, leaving investigators struggling to make sense of the tragedy. But the search for answers intensified, fueled by the unwavering determination to bring the perpetrator to justice and provide closure to Rohan's grieving family. The question of why loomed over the city, casting a shadow of fear and uncertainty as the community waited anxiously for the truth to be revealed. Even before Rohan's identification, police sifted through missing person reports, cross-checking every detail. The tattoo and age range were discreetly circulated among stations. Once the dental match was made, focus shifted to Rohan's inner circle. Mira, though grieving, provided crucial insights into his routines and recent worries. Friends and business partners were questioned about disputes, loans, and rivalries. Detectives combed through call records and financial statements, building a timeline. The investigation was painstaking, every detail scrutinized for motive. The pressure to find answers mounted with each passing day. One name surfaced repeatedly: Vikram Sharma, Rohan's childhood friend. Vikram was among the first to offer condolences, his grief seemingly genuine. But investigators uncovered a large, overdue loan Rohan had given Vikram. Vikram downplayed it, but Rohan's diaries told another story. He'd begun pressing for repayment. Vikram's business was failing, debts mounting. The pressure from Rohan may have felt like betrayal to Vikram. Could desperation drive a friend to murder? Police scrutinized Vikram's alibi and statements, searching for cracks. The investigation's focus narrowed, suspicion growing. The possibility of such a deep betrayal chilled even the most seasoned detectives. The spotlight now shone on Rohan's oldest friend. As suspicion closed in, the grim truth emerged. Vikram, desperate and cornered by debt, decided to eliminate Rohan. He lured Rohan to a secluded farmhouse, promising repayment. Rohan, trusting, walked into the trap. An argument escalated. Vikram attacked and killed him. To hide his crime, Vikram dismembered the body and scattered the parts. He believed he'd committed the perfect crime, erasing all traces. But secrets, especially bloody ones, rarely stay buried. Despite Vikram's attempts at an alibi, evidence mounted. Rohan's phone last pinged near the farmhouse. CCTV caught Vikram's car on the highway. Confronted with inconsistencies and mounting proof, Vikram's composure crumbled. Under intense interrogation, he confessed. He described luring Rohan, the fatal argument, and the gruesome aftermath. He led police to more remains and the murder weapon. The arrest of a childhood friend stunned the community. The police's relentless work brought justice, but the cost was immeasurable. For Rohan's family, it was closure but never healing. The wheels of justice turned, but the scars remained. The shocking murder of Rohan and the subsequent arrest of Vikram sent shockwaves through Bharuch and beyond. The investigation unfolded with grim details, revealing a web of financial strain and desperate measures. The small town of Bharuch was left forever changed, its sense of community fractured by the weight of the crime. The once familiar streets now echoed with whispers of disbelief and sorrow, a stark reminder of the darkness that had taken root. Two families were irrevocably shattered by this tragedy. The dreams and hopes they once shared were now replaced with an unbearable void, a constant reminder of what had been lost. One family was consumed by the unbearable loss of a son, while the other was burdened by the shame and disgrace brought upon them by Vikram's actions. The weight of their circumstances pressed down on them, a heavy cross to bear. The sense of betrayal ran deep, cutting through the heart of their relationships like a jagged knife. The bonds that once seemed unbreakable were now fractured beyond repair, leaving behind a trail of pain and resentment. The foundation of trust, once the bedrock of their friendship, had been fatally broken, leaving behind a gaping chasm of suspicion and doubt. The future seemed uncertain, clouded by the shadow of this devastating betrayal. The tragedy exposed the fragility of human relationships and the devastating consequences of unchecked ambition. The investigation meticulously pieced together the events leading up to the murder, revealing a complex narrative of desperation and deceit. It revealed how desperation and secrecy, when combined, can spiral out of control, ultimately destroying lives and leaving a trail of devastation in their wake. The allure of quick riches had blinded Vikram, leading him down a path of no return. Even the closest bonds, forged over years of shared experiences and mutual support, can hide dangerous cracks, vulnerabilities that, if left unaddressed, can lead to catastrophic consequences. The case serves as a stark lesson, a cautionary tale etched in blood and regret. It teaches us to trust, but be cautious, especially when money is involved. Financial dealings can strain even the strongest relationships, and it's crucial to maintain transparency and open communication. Privacy and boundaries matter in any relationship, but so does open communication. problems fester and grow more dangerous when hidden beneath a veil of secrecy. Addressing issues head-on, no matter how uncomfortable, is essential for maintaining healthy relationships. If only Vikram had sought help for his financial struggles, if he had confided in someone about the pressure he was under, or if Rohan had acted differently, perhaps recognizing the warning signs of Vikram's desperation, this devastating tragedy might have been averted, and two families spared unimaginable pain. Silence and desperation, left unchecked, are a deadly mix, a volatile combination that can explode with devastating consequences. The echoes of this horrific crime serve as a stark warning, a chilling reminder of the potential for darkness that lurks within us all. Cherish trust, nurture your relationships, but never ignore the warning signs that something may be amiss. Vigilance and open communication are key to preventing future tragedies.